Hello, LilyKatchum video. Today we're going to take a look at the final fossil that got released as a shadow. It's going to be Carracosta. This Pokemon is going to run a little bit of a special moveset here for this meta. We're going to, of course, be in the Fossil Cup this time around, not the Ultra League anymore. As Fossil Cup also has some potential for this Pokemon. We're going to have here the variant with a Rock Throw. A Rock Throw is not usually the moveset you would want to run on this Pokemon. Recommended usually is going to be Water Gun, but for this meta, I feel like Water Gun doesn't really make too much sense. Like, there's next to nothing that water type damage at least going to be able to hit. While there are a lot of water type Pokemon, most of them going to be able to resist water type damage. You see it, for example, with Poliwrath. Dropping Scald in favor of Dynamic Punch is something that, of course, is going to showcase again that water type moves are pretty bad in the current meta. And so rather, we decide to go for the Rock type first move as the first opponent decides to forfeit here already. So, next opponent we're going to encounter here Escavalier in the lead against our own Escavalier. Our Escavalier definitely going to, not be shiny, so hopefully we're going to have a better attack set than the opponent. Our IVs are not ideal either, so I have to hope that I win the CMP tie against the opponent if they're also running Aerial Ace, which they decided to go for a Drill Run, which I'm kind of surprised about, but I definitely going to take it because like this I'm going to be able to force alignment. Alignment is going to be key, and we will see also why here in a minute as a Lantern is coming in. I don't want to have the Lantern against our Carracosta, and I rather would have that against our Ludicolo. Issue here though, my backline is completely weak against Steel type Pokemon, and of course the opponent is going to have a Lucario on the back, which is going to take advantage of that kind of issue. Of course our Steel type answer is the lead, and if it goes down, it can be quite tricky. We decided to use a shield here, which in hindsight I guess was a little bit of a silly mistake, because it's going to be the Power Punch, and they have another Power Punch stored there as well. That's the thing with Lucario, you can never be sure if it's going to be Thunder Punch or Power Punch. And so here, great play by the opponent. I am going to be able to catch the move here. I'm going to be able to showcase the Carracosta for the first time. Literally being on the field for not even one turn and getting KO'd by a Thunderbolt, and so sadly you're going to lose this one. Next opponent, we're going to have a great lead here. Basically the best lead that you can imagine with us Cavalier. It's going to be the Ferrothorn, especially as we're going to have two Pokemon in the back that are quite weak to Ferrothorn. This is quite an important matchup for us. Thunder coming through, and they're going to swap out into the Jellicent, allowing us to align our Ludicolo against them. And Ludicolo is, I think, the best answer for Jellicent in this meta. Like, based on what I've seen so far, I think it's the only Pokemon that can beat this Pokemon in the 2-0 shield scenario for them, which is kind of hilarious. So yeah, here we're going to be able to even let them overfarm a little bit more, just so we get a little bit lower in terms of our own health, as I did not want to give the opponent too much energy with their Ferrothorn. We can still go for a big Leaf Storm here. Not too sure if Scald is going to do more damage. Both I can do in the same amount, I feel like, so like I don't think it was really necessary to do that. But at least you're going to be able to go for an Aerial Ace now, try to knock them out, see if we're going to get the shield here, we're going to get the knockout, and they're going to have in the back the Lantern. This is not going to be an easy matchup to still win, but I can go for the bait here as for them. The only way of them really losing here is, I guess, if I hit the Drill Run through a shield, or if I'm going to be able to catch a move here, which is going to happen here as well with our Carracosta. I'm going to try my best to do some damage in against them, but they decide to use their energy again, which is totally happy because Carracosta is going to go down again, honestly. Like, I feel a little bit bad for the turtle, because the turtle basically so far, and also throughout the battles, were mainly just like to sacrifice it. I don't know, like literally not really did too many things in those battles, but still we were able to win this one, and still we actually went quite on decent win rate with this team. Horrible lead, basically the worst possible lead that I would imagine. This was actually the reason why I had Carracosta in the back, because I was encountering quite a lot of Mantine in the back, but all of a sudden all of the Mantine and Pelipper were in the lead again, and so I guess if I maybe led with it, I maybe had a bit of a better time with it, but it is what it is at the end of the day. Here we're going to get out the Ferrothorn from the opponent, which is not ideal. Yes, we can go for the full Fountain afterwards, but yeah, at the end of the day, we're not going to be in a great spot. We're going to be able to get some energy here against them. We have to let the move go through. We have to kind of hope that actually, we're going to use a shield here on Thunder. I was actually kind of hoping that we would be able to just win with our Carracosta, but I guess like trying to rely on a Carracosta is quite risky. At least we're going to be able to catch a move here again. Hurricane coming through as we're going to get walled by the Quagsire of the opponent. That is going to be definitely a loss here at this point. I don't think there's a way of us winning this battle. Carracosta is just, I don't know, I feel like it's kind of funny to see the turtle just yeah, dying all the time, like literally doing nothing in all those battles, just like coming in, getting hit by a charge move, getting hit hard by it, and then getting farmed down. It's kind of hilarious to me, but maybe we see some battles where Carracosta is going to do a little bit more than that. Definitely, so far, a little bit of a waste of Stardust, but it is what it is. Here, still, we can try to win the battle with our Escavalier, but it does not work out. And so we can move on to the next battle. Well, let's find out what move is gonna be going on onto the Carracosta today again here, if we're gonna be able to catch another move onto this. We're gonna see a great lead and we're gonna see a swap. That is also totally fine for me. Why I do decide to stay in here is just to try to get the shield from them, especially with the Shadow variant of Poliwrath. You basically guarantee the shield there if you stay in with your Aerial Ace Escavalier. So here we're gonna be able to go for the full farm down. The issue here is now the opponent can do the same with their Ferrothorn. I was hoping to get the debuff with Gold. Spoiler alert, I have not gotten a single debuff with Gold onto the Colo as far as I know. So yeah, and if I got the debuff, I would have definitely been a little bit of a better spot, because then I didn't have to shield with my Escavalier and the opponent would have had a tougher time to farm me down. But it is what it is. We of course cannot go into Carracosta as we're gonna die to just one power whip. And so I decided to use a shield here. It is the power whip as well from the opponent. Great bait, I guess. This is only going to be able to be the power whip again. Oh no, never mind, it is the Thunder. Okay, Thunder is I guess like 60, I thought it was 65 energy. And so we're going to have a horrible Pokemon in the back there again. It's going to be the Lantern. I can catch a Surf. Can we still win this battle? It is going to be very close. I'm going to try to reach that Body Slam, and I can reach the Body Slam as I do neutral damage with that Rock Throw. It is going to be able to connect as well. Can we farm them down? No, we cannot. They survive with 1 HP, but if it's exactly 1 HP, I would be able to knock them out through the shield. Every time you use the shield, it takes 1 HP from you, but they actually survived with 2 HP, and now they're at 1 HP, and so they're going to be able to knock me out here. Quite unlucky, but it is what it is. Let's move on to the next opponent. We're going to have a Lantern in the lead, which is, generally speaking, a very neutral matchup. It is not a great matchup at all. If you go for Aerial Ace Bait twice, I think you're going to be able to outspeed them at the end. But like going for Aerial Ace Bait twice is kind of risky. What I kind of want to do here is I want to catch a move, and I'm going to be able to catch a move. I'm going to be able to catch a Surf here from the opponent and get out the Ferrothorn, which is definitely the best way this could have went, because like this, we are going to be able to at least, yeah, get rid of a lot of the energy from the opponent while still maintaining all the energy onto our Escavalier in the lead. We can go for a Scald here. Again, I don't really expect any Scald debuffs here. We did not get any of them. Like 30% chance now, of course, not 50% chance anymore, but still, it would have been definitely something I would have appreciated to get. But luckily, the opponent decides to go for a Thunder here, which will allow us to go for the full farm down in time. And now we have quite a lot of energy advantage. Let's see what they're going to have in the back. It's going to be their own Escavalier. And I'm going to go for the Drill Run. Drill Run would do way more damage than Aerial Ace, so like this is the safe play to go for. It's going to get shielded and the opponent decides to, yeah, stay in here. We can go for another move here. It is going to be able to connect. It does a ton of damage, but sadly they're going to survive with, again, 1 HP in a Dream. They can go for the Drill Run, and if they would have not survived this, I would have been able to mostly sweep now with my Carracosta. But I won't be able to do that because the opponent goes for the Thunderbolt and knocks me out, and so that's going to be a good game. Hopefully we're going to see some better games here from Carracosta coming up. We're going to have the Say-Swap of Poliwrath again. I can go for the Aerial Ace. It's a bit risky here against the normal variant because a lot of times they are not going to decide to go for the shield here. But this time around they decide to go for the shield, which is happy days for me, as I am going to be able to hardwall them now with the Ludicolo while taking the shield advantage from them. We're going to have the Dynamic Punch coming through. We can go for the full farm down. I hope this is not a range for the Registeel to fully lock on me down. But again, we have the option to go for a Scald. Actually, for this one, I don't know if the Scald actually got the debuff. We're gonna see it here right now. Could be the case. It doesn't matter because Lock-On only does 1 damage anyway all the time here. Never mind, we don't get a debuff anyway, so who cares? We're gonna be able to at least go back into our counter user in form of that Escavalier. In comes Jellicent, and now it's down to Carracosta to carry us to victory here. Can we do it? Little Turtle is trying its best. We are going to use a shield here on the Surf from the opponent, and we try to reach our own Surf here as well. As they're gonna go straight for another charge move, means they're very likely going to go for the Surf here again, which is gonna come through. We're going to be neutral, and we are trying our best here. Turtle is trying to go for those rock throws, goes for the Surf, is the big fate moment for the turtle. Let's find out here. It is not. We're just going to sacrifice it again, as basically the entire time. And we just hope that our S-Cavalier is actually going to be able to win the battle. By going for an aerial ace here, this should be enough, hopefully, from this range to knock out the opponent's Jellicent. And as you're gonna see here, the opponent makes actually a little bit of a silly mistake. They decide to go ahead and go for the Zap Cannon, which I feel like is something that they should have known. Doesn't make sense, because at the end of the day, you take more energy. They know that I use a shield anyway, and the debuff doesn't matter, so like Focus Blast would have been definitely the way to go. Next opponent, kinda neutral lead here. I wouldn't say horrible lead, but it's not really true. It's kinda neutral lead here. It's not really ideal though, because I would rather have this Pokemon against our grass type Pokemon, of course. We are gonna get hit by that Mud Bomb. I was hoping the entire time that they would want to swap out and maybe try to catch a move or something like this. But no, they decide to stay in here, and so I'm gonna be able to catch a move onto my Ludicolo, which is fine by me. Mud Bomb carrying through, and they swap out into the Sandslash. Normal Sandslash here with Powder Snow. Interesting choice for this current meta. I actually don't know why they would go for Powder Snow over the Shadow Claw. I feel like there's next to no reason behind this in the current meta, and honestly, I cannot really think about a Pokemon where Powder Snow is the better choice over like Shadow Claw. I feel like Shadow Claw has even a little bit more play against like those Steel type Pokemon, like Registeel, like Lucario, if you kinda would consider it. Of course, Counter is doing quite a lot of damage, but yeah, we have to hope they can go for the full farm down, which we can't, and so we still have to charge moves stored onto that S-Cavalier, and it's going to be a Tentacruel coming in, as I can try to go for the aerial ace. This is going to be able to get the shield from the opponent. I can go ahead and swap out into the Carracosta, trying to get the final shield. Like, this is my main goal here, trying to get the final shield, as we have that Drill Run stored. If we get the final shield from that Tentacruel, it is going to be fine. Well, let's see here, Body Slam is coming through. Do they use a shield here? Please do. They decide to use a shield, and with this game is over already. They had to let the move go through. It doesn't really matter at the end of the day. But actually, Carracosta is doing something, which is something I did not expect here at all anymore. But yeah, Carracosta are winning us this battle. Next one, we're going to have another S-Cavalier mirror matchup in the lead, which is not ideal. We can go for aerial ace, and this is going to be able to hopefully do something. Let's see. It's going to be able to get the shield from the opponent, which is cool. Using a shield here as well is going to be fine. It is going to be the aerial ace coming through from the opponent. We're going to be able to win the CMP tie apparently. And we tried to go for another one, but they swap out into the Quagsire, and I was a little bit, I don't know, yeah, I was a little bit sluggish here in swapping out. I was expecting the Mud Bomb. Like, usually Awkward here is not a move that people are running anymore in this meta, and so that was why I was trying to catch on 5 and not on 4, so cool play by the opponent. Doesn't really matter, because you're going to be able to still catch that move from them. Go ahead and go for the full farm down. They have still a shield advantage, but we have another Scald coming their way very soon. We should be able to survive one aerial ace. It is non-step. While it's going to do some decent damage, it is not going to be enough, and so we can go for a Scald and try to get the knockout against the opponent while still maintaining 2 drill runs in the back there. We're not going to get the debuff here again, but we can go into our Carracosta and try our best, as you're going to have to take a move. Please don't be a drill run again. Of course, it's a drill run. And so Carracosta is taking some hard hits there, but we can go ahead and go for that drill run against them. Get one more hit off against the opponent's Lantern. This is going to be able to knock them out. And now we just have to tap to victory here, as the opponent is at 1 HP. Final battle for today, we're going to have S-Cavalier against Mantine. Again, as said before, I would have really wanted to get some Mantines, some Pelippas against our Carracosta, but it just did not really happen for us today, which is fine. We can go to our Ludicolo. Ludicolo is going to be able to go ahead and take an aerial ace from the opponent as I swap out into their own S-Cavalier. I'm trying my best to reach a Scald. Can we reach a Scald in time? We actually can with a 1 HP here. Luckily, lucky days for us. We're going to be able to go ahead and go for the Scald. And do we get the debuff? We actually don't again, which is kind of ridiculous. As the opponent wins the CMP time, we are forced to go for a shield. It's going to be the aerial ace, so they have a higher attack stat than we have, which is quite information there for us. We can go for the drill run and nearly knock them out, go for the full farm down, and now they're going to try to catch the move from the flying type here onto our Carracosta, getting a ton of damage onto them, but they can of course retaliate with their water pulse here. But still, there should be an aerial ace range now for our S-Cavalier. They're going to have in the back the Lucario. This is looking like a very, very difficult matchup to still come back from. But the Surf is going to connect and do quite a lot of damage, but not enough damage here to allow us to avoid this incoming Thunder Punch very likely. It's going to be the Thunder Punch, and it did way more than I expected. So yes, sadly, there was no way of really winning this battle at the end. But still, hopefully you enjoyed this showcase. If you did, feel free to leave a like, and I'll see you then. Bye bye.